Good morning, it's a Jeep World. Good afternoon, good evening, whenever you decide to watch this video. But today, we are going to go through the process of how do you remove your hardtop from your JKU, because that's what I have. This will also apply to other Jeeps, but this procedure is specific to the four-door. There's a lot of things that you have to do in order to properly remove your freedom tops, properly remove your hard top. If you don't have a hand crank hooked up to a hoist system or a electric winch hooked up to your hoist system, the procedure is exactly the same, except for you need two people. That's all. Shout out, 7 Slot Society. What's up, Angel? Hey, Gavin and Chris. Four Wheeler Life. Come around here to what I used to do in the Marine Corps. Bomb disposal. More 7 Slot Society. Booyah. Come over here. Of course, he's greater than I. My buddy, Mr. Bennett, with the Storm Skull, and of course, official correspondent for On the Trail with Kevin and Scott. So, the first thing that you need to do is remove your hold down screws inside that hold the back. There's 2, one on each side, and they hold down the freedom tops if you have freedom tops. So first thing you do is you're going to want to remove those. Pretty simple. You just unscrew them. It's a long screw. I've unloosened these. I've loosened these previously, so otherwise they're usually pretty tight because I normally don't have a top on at all. So you got one on the other side as well. So once you get those removed, we can just set them right there until the next step. So the next step, we're gonna go inside again, and we're going to disconnect the driver's side first freedom top, because the driver's side freedom top sits on top of the passenger side freedom top. So you have a hole down here that connects to the footman loop above the mirror. From over here, flip this lever up because that's going to hold the freedom top to the windshield frame. I'm going to come back over here. There's another lever that holds the driver's side to the passenger side, and another one right here which holds the driver's side to the actual hardtop. And then you can take the freedom top off just like that. So you've got one freedom top back hold down screw, and you've got 1, 2, 3 levers to hold together the different components, and 1 clip that holds it to the windshield, and then you can take it off. Exact same thing on the other side. Okay, as you can see, we've got the freedom tops off now. And since we're up here in the front, you have 2 T40 Torx screws that you have to remove from right here. Okay? Get your T40 Torx and stick it in there and just pretty simply take the screw out. You have one on each side in the same location in the front. If you forget to take these out, you're not going to get your top off. I've just about snapped lines going, what the heck is going on? Why won't this come off? And I'll do one round, once around, a little check, and lo and behold, I forgot to take the screws out. So it happens. Remember, take these screws out. Take the freedom panel tops off, take the screws out, you're right there. And there's another one over on your side, which I'll take off in just a second. We have both of the freedom top, or sorry, the hardtop front hold down Torx bolts removed. This is the passenger side and the driver's side. So next step is in the back hatch area. All right, before we go back into the cargo area, back hatch area, these are the 640 T40 Torx bolts that hold the hard top to the body. Well, when we get back there, you're gonna see that I don't have those. I invested in T-handle bolts. So I don't have to use a Torx. I don't have to use a socket or to take my top off. I just grab the handle and I unscrew it. They're absolutely fantastic. They're well worth the money from GPCA. So they're awesome. I had some other ones that were more of a small little thumb screw. They weren't built very well, but these, amazing. And so much easier than these Torx bolts. So you'll see those when I go back there. I know everybody knows how to open up their back tailgate and lift up their hatch, so we're just gonna skip that part. All right, back here is your next thing that you have to disconnect, and that's your electrical connector for the rear wiper and your washer sprayer hose. I mean, pretty simple. Just pull the hose out of the connector. If you listen, you'll hear a click and let you know that it's disconnected. And just pull that out as well. Done. Okay, so that's not going to stretch and also possibly break and most definitely stop you from taking the top off. Then the only thing you have left is to remove your 6. There's one here, one in the middle, and one on the front on both sides. You saw the 2, well, you saw one of them, but I have 2 of them missing already. And like I said, these are super easy. That's all you do. And you can adjust. You don't, I mean, they screw in tight, they screw in quick, they screw in easy, and you can adjust them with using this adjusting nut, square nut, to how deep you want this to go or how shallow you want it to go, depending on the depth. All good. Take off the other ones, and then we'll actually be ready to hook up the straps and hoist this thing off the Jeep. Okay, all of the hardtop, 6 hardtop bolts, whether they're Torx, whether they're hand screws or thumb screws, whatever you have holding your hardtop to your body, are disconnected. Okay, let's do a quick recap. Freedom tops removed. Make sure you remove the screws that hold the back of the freedom top to the frame. Okay? Remove the bolt on the driver's side and on the passenger side corner of the actual hardtop. Then come around and remove the 3 bolts holding the hardtop to the body on this side and on the passenger side. Also, remove, disconnect the sprayer hose and the wiper electrical connector. Now we have everything disconnected from the hardtop that could possibly hold it and stop it from being taken off. Now, depending on how long your hardtop's been on, it very well could be sealed on there. Sealed in a way where the weather stripping, if you have weather stripping underneath it, or there's just dirt and mud, whatever. So you might want to give it a little push just to loosen it up. So at this point, if you don't have a hoist system, such as I have hooked to my garage ceiling, then you're going to be outside somewhere with two people, and you're just going to lift up the hardtop from both sides and take it off the Jeep and set it down on 2x4s, 4x4s, whatever you're going to set it down. Just don't set it down on the ground. If you got a stand, whatever you have. But that's going to be the process for those of you that don't have a hoist system to hang the top up to the ceiling. So those of you that do have a similar or some kind of a hoist system, well, this is my hoist system. I set this whole thing up for about under $150. The Harbor Freight winch hoist was $89. Some rope, some pulleys, these straps, you know, cheap, effective. I've got D-rings up here for the rope to the strap, and then an additional D-ring, and what that D-ring is for, so when I get the hardtop to the ceiling, I'm going to hook that D-ring to the ceiling anchor so that it's not on the ropes, it's actually anchored to the ceiling by the straps and the D-rings. So it's safer, so you don't come in here one morning and the rope broke and your hardtop's laying on top of your Jeep or on the floor. So, alright, going to lower this down, unhook one of the ends, feed it through on the other side of the hatch shock, and then come out right here, making sure not to hook it around the roll bar because that would be bad. So make sure you only have the strap hooked up to the hardtop itself. And I have, on this system I set up, I've got a bungee that pulls that hook and lowers the ropes because the ropes aren't heavy enough to lower by themselves. So I put that bungee in to help. There you have it. It's down far enough for me to get up in here and do what I need to do. Unhook one end. Feed it through. Make sure I don't have the roll bar, and I don't, so that's good to go. Make sure it's not twisted. And I'm going to hook it back up to the D-ring. I'm going to go do that same thing on your side. I'm just going to lift it up. Okay. Make a second check to make sure that it's not hooked around the roll bar and it's on the proper side of your lift gate shock, stabilizer shock, what the heck ever you want to call it, so that you're not hooked on that. So I am good to go. I don't have it on the roll bar. I'm not binding on the lift shock. can't figure out what the heck the name of that is. Alright, let's hit that button and get this thing lifted up. Alright, there you have it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump up on here and connect those D-rings so we can get the idea of what I'm talking about here. So it's not secured by the ropes, it's hanging from the D-ring on a roof anchor. So there you have it. We go do the other side and we'll be done. Some people, as a side note, you can also take your Freedom Tops, if you're not going to put them back on the Jeep, and you can just set them up on top of the hardtop, and then they're stored as well. There we go. So now we've got, it took like 10 seconds to put that up. We're using the hoist, and then, you know, just hooking the D-rings up so it's not on the rope. We can lower the rope a little bit, take any kind of tension off the rope. Now the rope has no tension on it, and it's not going to strain it or prematurely wear it out. This is built to take a lot of pressure. I mean, it's only a couple 100 pounds. So. Okay, it's a Jeep world. We put the top up, we secured it to the roof. Now, if you choose to, which that's what I usually do, is I put the Freedom Tops back on. Just clamp them to the windshield. Hook the levers to where they need to be hooked, and put those screws in the back of each Freedom Top. That way you're protected from the sun, you're protected from the rain if you get caught out in the rain. In the front seat anyway. So that's probably what I'm going to do, but I wanted to add that to this section. So that's what you can do. Or you could have put your Freedom Tops up on top of the hardtop before you slung it up to the roof, and then they're completely safe and they're out of the way up there and stored. So with that, that's it. That's all I got. So until next time, send me some suggestions. See if I can accomplish what you want me to put out there as a tutorial next. Hit that button down in the corner, subscribe, hit the notifications so that you know when I put another video out, and I'll see you out on the trails. Until next time, have a great day.